I think sitting down and whether you're not getting on a call before the Army Navy game, knowing how important I think can really be life.
We've gotten to have together.
It's a good question. I think sitting down and whether you're not getting on a call before the Army Navy game, knowing how important that is to you, and maybe right before the season gets started, the excitement of that, and I generally feel like you're a Navy fan and you appreciate this team and this program and what we do, and that you're invested, a little bit more maybe than other people. So I enjoy those conversations because I know it's important to you as well.
Well, it's important to me to find good people, and God has led me to many of them, you being one of them, and to appreciate those relationships, those bonds, and to really be purposeful and intentional about your time. Something that keeps me going when I don't know how to keep going is leading with a pure heart and good intentions. You don't have to feel bad about what you're doing. So that's how that's how I try to lead. Now, I want to do this because I don't know any other way to end it, but it would be my honor, my privilege to be able to have mom say hello as I'm traveling with her. So is that okay, Brian?
Absolutely.
All right. So there's
Hey,
my
Coach.
Hey, how
Hey,
are
Coach,
you?
I love what you do. I love what you do. I'll be
Thank you
watching
so
the
much.
game.
Well,
I'll be watching the games.
awesome.
So that coming from my mom, and I don't know what happened in the studio here this morning. I have no idea. So we were on. There's weather going on. It's a lot of wet outside right now with the rain and whatnot. So sometimes that affects things, even though there's companies that say that it doesn't, but I think it does. So I'm not quite sure on why we had a little gap there, but we will have the opportunity to share the end part of my conversation and the full conversation with the Navy midshipman head football coach Brian Newberry, with him talking with my mom at the end here. So make sure at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, when it airs as its own individual special, that you watch that, and I'll also share that moment on our social media, specifically the moment with my mom on Facebook at Wake Up Call DT, X at Call DT, and Instagram at Wake Up Call _DT. Inside of the Great Lakes Honda City Studios, we will take a step aside and we'll be back with the ingredients to success right after this. Stay with us. And now a message from Myers Creek Brewing Company, with locations at their Cazenovia Farm Brewery, Syracuse Inner Harbor Tap Room, and soon to be Lake Placid Tap Room.
Well, I think first and foremost, the Feldmeyer family and our team are extremely passionate about what we do. We care very much about what we do. The Feldmeyer family is always investing. Our taproom management team, our brew management team, our marketing management team, and all of the team members that get after it every day, they leave it on the field. They put their heart and soul into it. I know for a fact that everyone that works at Myers Creek wants to be there, and we want them to be there. We want them to feel good about their job. And again, if you've never been to a Myers Creek, especially to the brewery, I want your eyes to open really big. I want you to see how big of a brand this is. I want you to see where we're going. The sky is the limit, and I feel very proud of that, and I'm very excited about that. When you think of designing a menu for a brewery, it's kind of open to a lot of different interpretations. You can do American, you can do Asian, you can do Italian, and you just have to find, how that meets that pub style dining experience, that gastropub vibe. And I think it's super fun for us because obviously we know that, everyone in the world's going to sell a pizza or a burger or a french fry, but what can we do to be different? And what can we do to be true to who we are? We are a brewery, a brew pub. So the flavor profiles are kind of all over the place. And I think it's super cool that we have a massive smoker at the brewery in Cazenovia, and we smoke a lot of our products. A delicious smoked turkey. We have barbecue ribs on Sundays. From a pulled pork sandwich to a chicken wing, you go to the Inner Harbor and you go to the Kaz location and you'll find similarities in the menu, but also things that are a little different and also kind of fit those different demographics or different communities, and also hopefully just drive you to try every tap room that we have open at some point, because you get a little something different at each one. We understand how hard it is to work every day and get after it every day. And when you're done at the end of your day, you want to go out and put your feet up in a good ambiance and good environment. So we take pride in that. We make sure that everyone knows that they're very much valued to us.
Avicolli's restaurant, located on 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York, has been serving our community for decades. Your place to go for home cooking on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road is just minutes from Liverpool High School. And every single month, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora is on site, on location, with Liverpool sports, student athletes, coaches, and administration telling their stories throughout the year. We look forward to seeing you on site at Avicolli's for their casual pizza side, their fine dining, as well as their bar. And of course, you can order online at myavicollis.com. That's myavicollis.com. For takeout, delivery, and catering, call 315-622-5100. That's 315-622-5100. Come on into the neighborhood spot Avicolli's, open 7 days a week in Liverpool, New York. K9 Campground Dog Boarding is your home away from home for your furry-loving friends. Open 7 days a week with drop-off and pickup times in the morning and later on in the day and early evening. K9 Campground Dog Boarding is the spot to trust with your dog for short and long-term stays. Call 315-299-4013 for more information. That's 315-299-4013, and go to k9campground.com as well. That's KAMP ground.com, where you will find all of the information on their different cabins, which include the classic cabin, executive cabin, grand cabin, and luxury cabin. K9 Campground Dog Boarding, where your dog will have indoor and outdoor areas as well as their own private cabin for any size, any breed, as well as dogs with different needs. Dog parents and dogs alike choose K9 Campground Dog Boarding. Isn't that right, Lily?
Hello, this is Dylan Husted, the owner of the Baked Potato Express. We do mostly big festivals or big corporate private events. Typically just big festivals such as Taste of Syracuse, Food Truck Battle, Battle of the Wings. I do the State Fair. They're ordering from a fresh food truck that is making real food and happy to make it and wants them to enjoy every bite. We season every potato before they go in the oven, and then they bake for an hour, and when they come out, we season them again after we cut them. We use real butter, real cheese, real ingredients, so it's all really good food and people love it. We have a lot of returning customers and regulars that we see very often. The customers really make a big impact, and this is a big food truck community. The events here are super busy. It's in my blood. I like building things and creating stuff that people love, and me and my friends are the ones that run the truck, so it's we keep it's a tight circle in there, and we have a family sort of oriented truck, and it's a lot of fun, and we have a good time doing it, and people love our food, so it ends up making it well for everybody. You can contact the Baked Potato Express at thebakedpotatoexpress@gmail.com or the Baked Potato Express on Instagram or TikTok. We are very happy to be partnered up with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora as the exclusive sponsor of the Annoying Moment of the Week. And be sure to try DT's baked potato creation at all of our food trucks. The Baked Potato Express. Let's get baked.
Looking for your next ride? Look no further than Great Lakes Honda City, located on 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Serving our community for decades, their new and pre-owned vast array of vehicles are available to you Monday through Saturday on site. To search from home, shop at GreatLakesHondaCity.com. Call 315-365-5576 to set up an appointment. That's 315-365-5576 for Great Lakes Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes. Here's a message from Renee from Brian's Landing, located on 6523 East Seneca Turnpike in Jamesville, New York. Open Tuesdays and Wednesdays for dinner, Thursday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and Sundays for brunch.
It's a lot like the way that my mom and dad ran their restaurant. We have put in place a lot of people that are family to us, very similar to how my dad hired people that were family to him. And then the tradition I'm carrying on is a lot of the items that are on our menu are my dad's. And he taught our chefs how to recreate his dishes. So I think that Tommy McNerney, who our executive chef is, to him it is an art. And I think that when he does create a dish, it's not just about making the food taste delicious, which is definitely our priority, but it's an art to him, and it's almost like his canvas on a plate where he just wants the colors to look great, and people love it because he takes pride in that. And Brian and I appreciate that. We want it to obviously look good and taste good. I will tell you, when we opened up, it was 6 weeks before COVID. And what was amazing was the community, our friends and family stepped up, and everybody did takeout. Everybody supported us. Our hearts were just so filled. So to Brian and I, obviously our friends come all the time, and we just have repeat customers in Jamesville, and I think people going to our previous restaurant in Green Lakes are making the trip to come to Brian's Landing to support us. And I mean, I think we have great food and a great atmosphere. So it's very, very important to us.
Head to Brian's Landing, located on 6523 East Seneca Turnpike in Jamesville, New York, where memories have become recipes that are now meals to share with you. Tuesdays and Wednesdays for dinner, Thursday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and on Sundays for brunch. And be sure to come out for live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Life gets busy, and sometimes that means us running around. So Canine Camp Dog Daycare offers you an opportunity to give your dog a place to stay while you take care of what you need to throughout the day. Canine Camp Dog Daycare is located on 228 Old Bridge Street in East Syracuse, New York. You can see it from the highway, and it's just off of Erie Boulevard across from BJ's Wholesale Club. Call 315-437-7110. That's 315-437-7110 to schedule an appointment to bring your dog in and tour the facility. Appointments are Monday through Thursday after 6:30, where you and your dog can see everything that Canine Camp Dog Daycare has to offer, including a self-serve dog wash and a retail store filled with all of your dog's wants and needs, including food, treats, harnesses, leashes, and more, making Canine Camp Dog Daycare your one-stop shop for your furry loving friend. Right, Lily? In these unique times, there are those in our community that give us a sense of normalcy and positivity. Pizza Man on 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville has been here for you for over 35 years and is here now. Call 315-638-1234 or order online at pizzamanbville.com to bring those familiar tastes into your home. And remember to come see our monthly on-site broadcasts centered around the community and our Baldwinsville bees. Pizza Man in Baldwinsville. Any way you slice it, they are always here for you.
And a welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside the Great Lakes Honda City Studios. We appreciate you being back here with us, hanging out where sports truly meets that thing called life. So as we're here this week, you know the ingredients to success are typically every Tuesday at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time, but we had to give you one from last week, which we did in a separate video you can see on our channels, Facebook at Wake Up Call DT, X at Call DT, Instagram at Wake Up Call _DT, and on youtube.com/Wake Up Call DT, and that was about sacrifice being a part of life. Well, today's topic for the ingredients to success, before we get back to our normal Tuesday of the ingredients to success at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time. The second one we have for you this week, how to move forward. How do we do that? How do we move forward, right? When something doesn't work out, when something's not what we want it to be, when somebody passes away, when something's out of our control, how do we move forward? You know, if we make a mistake, there's a lot of things that we have to move forward from in life, right? There's things that don't work out that we have no control over, right? We had a friendship. We thought we'd have it forever. It's gone. We have to move forward. We were in a relationship romantically. It ends. A marriage. A fiance. A girlfriend, boyfriend. Dating for 2 weeks. Dating for 5 years. Married for 30 years. It ends. We have to move forward. Job. Right? They make cuts. Call you up. Hey, it's nothing you did. We're just not keeping you. Got to move forward. Somebody passes away. When we love someone deeply, whoever it may be, dog, cat, bird, human, when they pass away, it's hard. We have to move forward. So, how do we do this? How do you move forward from things that you don't want to move forward from? You make a mistake, you sin, you got a bad habit. Maybe some people knew you for being a certain way or doing certain things or saying certain things, and now you want to be a better person. So you have to move forward from that version of yourself that other people might be trying to drag you back into. How do you do that? Right? There's a lot of things in life that are going to ask us to move forward. And we have to. See, if you don't move forward, then you just stay where you're at. And if you just simply, and this is not a stop and smell the roses. I'm not saying that. You should stop and appreciate the things you have in your life. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when we don't move forward in life, when we stay stuck in what has happened to us, what we have done, our sins, other people's sins, we just sit there. Then we're locked in that moment. We're locked in that place. We're not living in the here and now. And what is that going to do long term? If you don't move forward, and I'm not saying it's easy because it's not. It is not easy to move forward in life, especially when you've been hurt. No matter what it is. You know, Dan, I just had a loved one pass away. I don't know how to move forward. You have to. You have to. Because if that person truly loved you, if that animal truly loved you, they would never want you to stand still. You know, when my G-Mama passed away, she was almost 101. And I got to a point with God where I said, of course I want her to be here, and I'm not going to ask you to not have her be here, but I also know that I can't keep asking you to keep her here when she's over 100 years old. I mean, you've given me more than most when it comes to this. But it was never going to be a good time for her to pass away. There's never a good time for a good person to pass away. Right? And there's something that I can't stand that people say. Only the good die young, and good people finish last. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Only the good die young. I look at it differently than maybe other people look at it and how I looked at it as a kid. I think the good always die young because there's never a good time for a good person to die. So 100, still young, right? My grandmother could have given 200 years of this world and would have been fantastic in those 200 years. So I see things like only the good die young. Yeah, that's true. Because there's never an old enough age for a good person to go. Because good people are always going to be needed. And nice people finish last. Well, it may look that way, right? The nice person finishes last. But who's that in the eyes of? Because nothing in my life worth anything came easy, but what comes easily goes just as easily. So if I'm finishing last, am I not gaining something that is hard, you know what I mean, is not something that can go just as easily as it came? Nothing in life of any value is going to be easy. Nothing. The best coaches in the world probably didn't have a great first season. Or maybe one of those first 3 seasons there was struggle. Or maybe they had a great first couple of years in a place and then they went to another place and they struggled in that place. Right? Everything, when it comes to building, it takes time. Building a house takes time. And growing a garden takes time. Building a relationship takes time. Building a friendship takes time. Building a business partnership and trust. Trust in anything takes time. So when you say that a nice person finishes last, aren't you essentially saying that they're taking the time to have good things in their lives? They're taking the time to blossom and grow. I might have wanted to be married and have kids at 25, and now I'm 40. So you might say, hey, Dan, I think you're a nice guy, but you're finishing last. I would say to you, in what part of my life has God not blessed me? No, I do not have a wife and kids. But where has he not blessed me? And would I have been prepared in the same way that I am now? Right? At 25 years old, I didn't think that highly of myself. I didn't love myself like I should. I didn't treat myself like I should. I don't think I was the best version of myself. So as much as I think, I would have loved my wife and I would have loved my kids, God had to put me through adversity in these last 15 years to help me be the person I am today. And now I'm going to look at parenting similarly but differently. I'm going to look at being a husband similarly but differently. I'm going to take things that I valued back at 25, but I'm also going to take all the lessons I learned in the last 15 years. And I think the woman that gets me now is getting a man who has grown, has more tools in the toolbox, and is more apt to respond to the things in life that used to really get me down. They don't get me down like they used to, or for as long. Some of those things, not at all. And so I think that God says, okay, I take your 25 and I add 15, and maybe I add a little bit more because I need you to get there. And some of it's on me. Some of it was God saying, hey, at 25, I would have given you a wife and kids, but you weren't ready. You weren't ready. And then at 28, you weren't ready. And going through the marriage that you had, you didn't listen. She told you who she was. You didn't listen to her. You probably should have dated, broken up, and gone about your lives. But you both stayed in something that you both really weren't that into, which is why I'm totally happy she's out of it, and I'm totally happy that I'm out of it. Because she has every right to go be happy and have the best life ever, and I would hope the same for myself. I look at 25-year-old me, and I say, man, he had a lot of love in his heart and trust and faith and hope and desire, but he wasn't as positive, and he could have trusted better, and his faith could have been a heck of a lot stronger. He needed to build more things. He needed to build his company. My company wasn't built back then. It wasn't. And I think now, having a family now, something inside of me just says, yeah, you've grown as a human being. Now, if it's 15 years later and I haven't grown at all, then God might say, I'm not giving it to you still. And he might keep pushing the end line, not because he's not faithful, but because I'm not, because I haven't been. See, sometimes we don't get what we want in life when we want it in life, not because God hates us or he's mad at us or he doesn't care about us. Sometimes it's because we are not holding up our end of the bargain. We are not being faithful. We have not learned. We have not implemented. We had a bad habit. We got rid of the bad habit. We brought it back. Sometimes we're not where we want to be in life because we haven't shown up the way that we need to. And I can honestly say that anytime I've tried to have certain things in my life, I look back on it and I go, man, I wasn't ready in 2008, 2015, 2022, 2026 at a certain point, but I'm getting ready now. And I've had to move forward. We have to move forward. One of my biggest issues that I've ever had in my life is that I live in the past. I want to know why things happen. I want to know why people said things, why people did things. And it's already gone. It's like watching a movie and you keep rewinding it, so you're never getting to the end of the movie. Or it's like watching a movie in a movie theater where you can't rewind it and you keep thinking about the first scene, the second scene, the third scene, which means you're not paying attention to anything on the screen. If you watch a movie and your brain is stuck on what happened before, you're not watching the movie. You're not enjoying the flow of the movie because your brain is back in scene 2. The movie's on scene 17. You can't live life that way either. You have to move forward. It's hard, but you have to. Relationships are not going to work sometimes. Friendships are not going to work sometimes. Where you're working is not where you may work for the rest of your life. Okay? People are going to die. People are going to move on. People are going to change. There's so many things in life that we can't control. The only thing you can control is yourself. And if you choose not to move forward, then you're stuck believing in versions of people that they've shown you they're not. Believing in, well, this should be like this and this should be like that. Listen, we would all love for gas to be 99 cents, but it's not. And if every time I go to the pump, I'm stressing myself out to the point of having heart palpitations, the gas isn't 99 cents, what is that going to do for me? Because I'm stressing myself out. I'm giving myself heart palpitations over something I can't change that's probably never going to change. And even if it did change, it would only be for a short amount of time. So why am I going to do that to myself? Why am I going to stress myself over something I can't control? And you know that most stress in life, at least in my life, has come from things I have no control over. Most of the stress that I've experienced in my life has come from people, places, and things that I have absolutely no control over. I stress over what somebody did or said to me, which I cannot change. I cannot take back, and I cannot apologize for. So why am I going to let myself get upset over it? Now, yes, people say and do things that upset us, but why? That's who they've chosen to be, right? That's who you've chosen to be. When you say things and you do things that are hurtful, you chose that. Don't blame it on the alcohol. Don't blame it on the drugs. Don't blame it on you're tired. Don't blame it on somebody cut you off. Don't blame it on your mom. Don't blame it on your dad. Don't blame it on when I was a little kid. Blame yourself for what you say and do. And if you don't like it and you're hurting people, then stop doing it. But I'm sick and tired of letting things bother me that I cannot change. I can't change it. I cannot change how somebody treats me or how somebody talks to me or how somebody talks about me. But I can be cognizant of how I treat people, how I talk about people, and how I talk to people. I can do it in my control, but I can't do it in anybody else's. I can only be the best version of myself. I cannot make somebody else the best version of themselves. I can help you. I can guide you. I can talk to you about God. I can talk about morals and values. I can give you advice. But I know this and you know this. Advice only goes as far as the person willing to take it or not. And sometimes the advice coming is not good advice, and sometimes it is. There's some people that give advice that's terrible advice. And sometimes people take it. There's sometimes people give advice that's fantastically good advice and people don't take it. Just because you get advice doesn't mean it's good. And just because you get it doesn't mean you're going to use it. But what we have to think about in life is, how can you move forward if you keep having the same bad habits? How can you move forward if you keep focusing on what has happened to you? Whatever's happened to you is going to do one of two things. It's going to shape you to be a worse version of yourself, or it's going to shape you to be a better version of yourself. We're all going to go through heartache, pain, frustration. We're all going to go through loss. We're all going to go through adversity. But what are you going to do with it? Because I'll tell you this right now, a team that wins a championship, they got through adversity at some point, somewhere, somehow, and they didn't let it beat them. Then there's other teams that maybe were picked to win the league, but they responded to adversity poorly. They let it beat them multiple times, and they didn't win anything. It's how you respond to life that's going to determine where you go. I'm not sitting in a chair running my own company of 13 plus years because I responded poorly to adversity. Because I said, God, you take care of it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm lazy. Because I'm out here with all these bad habits going. I'm going to keep the bad habits, no good habits. Because the good advice that people gave me, I didn't take. None of that's true, because I wouldn't be sitting here today if that was true. That's not how you move forward in life. You move forward in life by making a conscientious daily decision that you're not going to live in the past, that you're not going to seek to control things that you can't. Almost everything that we complain about in society is about what we cannot control. The weather. How many people complain about the weather? You can't control it. How many people complain about prices? You can't control it. Some people can control the prices, but we can't. Right? The person that owns the grocery store, they can control the price. But all of us shopping there, we can't. So if you wake up every day and you're mad at, and I'm not saying you can't be frustrated and you can't be upset, or that I'm not upset, but I can't control how other people drive. I can't control what other people say. I can't control what other people do. I can't control the prices at the gas station or the grocery store. I can't control a politician. I can't control the weather. I can't control when people change, when people lie, and when people fake, and then you find out the truth. The only thing that I can do is control my words, my actions, how I see things, how I feel about things, how I think about things, the amount of time I spend on something. I can only control me. Outside of that, I got nothing. And that may make you feel powerless, but it's also going to help you stop. Think about, if you stop stressing over things you can't control, how much stress would be left? That's why you won't hear me complain about the weather a lot, because it's going to be what it's going to be no matter what I say or do. It's how I respond to the weather, right? Yeah, it's cold outside. Well, then I can do something inside. Oh, it's a rainy day. Well, I didn't schedule meetings for a couple hours, so I can hang out with my dog on this rainy day. I can cuddle up with her, cook at home, do something nice for us. We can decide what we're going to do. We can't decide what other people are going to do, and we can't decide how things are going to go that are out of our control. So my question to you is, what are you worried about today? And can you change it? Because if you can't, stop worrying about it. Easier said than done, but stop worrying about it. I'm going to have opinions. I'm going to see things I don't like and seek positive change. But if I sit here and say, I'm a better politician than that politician, I could represent the state of New York better than that person. Well, I can say that till the cows come home. But if I really truly believe that, then why don't I run for office? Why don't I create a plan and do it? Create a plan, raise money, and do it. And if I don't want to do that, I can have an opinion, But when you tell people I can make a better movie than that, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that. Why haven't you made it? Why haven't you made it? I don't want to tell people what I'm going to do or what I'm capable of doing. I want to do it. Because if I'm not going to do it, there's no reason to talk about it. You can only control you. And you have to make a decision in life to either take control of your own life or not. But you cannot take control of anybody else's life. You can't. No matter what you do and how you raise your kids, they're going to make decisions at some point in their lives. No matter what you do to try and treat somebody as a prisoner, that person somehow, some way will eventually stand up for themselves. They will eventually escape. They'll escape mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Somehow they will escape. There is nothing within your hands except for you. It's all you got. And that doesn't mean people don't love you. Doesn't mean people don't appreciate you. Doesn't mean that a total stranger won't be there for you. It means you only have one thing in your control, and that is you. So how are you going to move forward? When somebody passes away, how are you going to move forward? None of us want to have a loved one pass away. But how are we going to keep going? You have to keep going. Or else you just die. You die with them. And would that person really want that? Would that animal really want that for you? My grandmother, when she passed away, I knew that she would say, "Don't you dare cry over me." Or cry for a minute and be done with it. But don't you dare stop living because I'm not there. Because in that case, you're going to ruin all the years I was there, because what did I teach you? I taught you to keep going. I didn't tell you keep going as long as I'm here. I told you keep going. What did my grandmother say to me before she passed away? One of the things she said, I said, "Grandma, are you behind me? Are you behind me pushing me?" Because she always said she was. I said, "Are you behind me?" She closed her eyes. She folded her hands. She said, "No." I said, "What do you mean? What do you mean you're not behind me? You're always behind me. You're always pushing me." Why aren't you behind me anymore? And she said, "Because you're strong enough to handle it yourself." That's one of the last things I remember her saying to me. I said, "Grandma, are you behind me pushing me?" And she said, "No." And I said, "What do you mean no?" She said, "I don't have to be. You're strong enough now." And that's what I would say to you. If your mom passed, your dad passed, your grandparents, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your brother, your sister, your kid, your animal. It's hard. It's hard. But you got to keep going. Because not only do you matter, and you should matter to yourself, but there's somebody somewhere watching your life. They're watching you. They're listening. And you may never know it. And if you give up, they might too. And if you don't, they may not either. See, as hard as life is, only the devil would tell you to give up. Only the devil would tell you to run. Only the devil would say, feel bad about everything that you've done and let that soot sit on you forever. Let your sin define you and let you be buried in it. Only the devil would condemn you. Because it's a way to control you. Guilt makes people do a lot. But I don't remember anywhere in the Bible God saying, I hate you. I'll never forgive you. Your sin will sit on you like soot. Run. retreat, hide, give up. Never heard God say that. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff protect me. He will set a table before me in front of mine enemies. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That's what God says. Be still and know that I am God. I have plans for you, not to harm you, but to give you a hope and a future. Only the devil would tell you to stop moving forward. The devil knows a breakup will keep you in place, will make you walk backward. The devil knows that a death will make you stay in place or walk backward. The devil knows if you lose your house or your job or a friendship or a relationship, it'll make you either stay where you are or walk backward. The devil knows that he can manipulate you from the things that you lose. But God never told you you're not going to lose. God never said you're going to win all the time. He said, follow me and you will win in the end. My kingdom will be yours. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the meek. He didn't say blessed are the rich and powerful. He said blessed are the ones that struggle, essentially. And if his own son was crucified and had that treacherous, horrible path to the cross, if you are moving forward and having to go through adversity in order to go forward and not stand in place or go backward, are you not following the right path, the righteous path? God didn't say, hey, if you follow Jesus, everything's going to be hunky-dory, peachy keen. He said, if you follow my son, you may be persecuted. If you follow my son, you may have to go through some really hard stuff. But you're going to gain the kingdom of heaven if you do it. If you do the right thing, whether or not people perceive it as right, care about it, if you do the right thing, you're going to be all right. You are going to be fine if you do the right thing. So I come to you today and I ask you, are you willing to do the right thing? Are you willing to do the thing that may not give you accolades, may not give you power, may not give you money, may not bring that person back, may not make that thing work, may not get what you asked for, may not get what you wanted? If God tells you, I'm not going to give you exactly what you want, or I'm not going to give it to you right now, or I'm not going to give you exactly what you want at all, I got other plans. So, if God doesn't give you everything you want, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, from whom you want it from, can you keep moving forward? Will you keep moving forward? Will you stay dedicated? Because life will challenge you. It's funny how people believe in the devil, but they don't believe in God. But one doesn't exist without the other. And it's not the other way around. God can exist without the devil. God created Lucifer. Lucifer fell. But how you can believe in the devil and not believe in God? You believe in the product, but not the creator. How does that make sense? You believe in the angel that fell, but you don't believe in the one that created the angel. We all make decisions in life. And we all have to figure out who we want to be. But I will tell you this. There is going to be a time in your life where you feel like you can't get up. There is going to be a time in your life where you feel like it is impossible. You're going to want to die. You're going to want to disappear. You're going to want to be invisible. You're going to want to run away. You are going to want to not exist because something happened or somebody said something or somebody did something and it was so bad. Maybe you did it. Maybe you said it. And it was so bad that you can't function. You are going to be mad. You are going to cry. You are going to feel stuck. You're going to feel like you're in a black hole that you can't get out, that there's smooth edges. You can't even find your way up out of this hole. And some people seek drugs, and some people seek intimacy, and some people seek alcohol, and some people seek gambling and money and whatever, to try and fill that void that cannot be filled by anything but God. And you say, Dan, how do you know that God exists? Because I'm still here. Because I'm still here. Alcohol never did it for me. Drugs, nope. Having multiple partner, one night stand, no. Going out and committing crimes, no thank you. Eye for an eye, no. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But when the devil said, hey, the world did you dirty, do it dirty back. Where does that get us? How can I move forward? If I allow what's been said and done to me that hurt me to control me, I will never move forward. I will stay stuck in whatever happened. Because if my life is defined by what people have done to hurt me and said to hurt me, I am always going to be locked in the past, connected to those things. I will never move forward, stuck like cement in the ground. My feet will not be able to take me anywhere because I'm focused on what didn't work out, what I didn't like, what I didn't want to hear, what I didn't want to see, the things that hurt me. I'll be stuck there. I can never see the sun if I stay in the darkness. If I never wake up from what's happened to me, then I will never see the light of day. We have to wake up. Because if you're stuck in the past, you might see a sunrise and you don't even see it. See a bird chirping in front of you and you don't even hear it. How do we move forward? What else is there to do? Where else is there to go? If I stand in place and I don't grow and I don't learn and I don't evolve and I don't try, then I've died. I've died even though I'm alive. And is that not a worse death than actual death, than to be dead and still be alive? And if I live in the past, I'm looking back. It's like watching a movie over and over again that I can't change. I just keep looking at it. I'm not creating any new memories. I'm focused on the ones that happened. Now listen, I miss my grandfathers every day. I miss my grandmothers every day. I miss Mordo and Cinnamon and Shady, my dogs. I miss my friend Rob Edson. I miss Dustin Rhodes. I miss Fred Reed. I miss Jay Hammerin. I miss my great uncle Richie. I miss my great uncle Bucky, my great uncle Carmen. I miss my great aunt Rita. I miss my great aunt Chicky, my great uncle Tony, my other great uncle Tony. There's a lot that I miss. I miss Sparky. There's a lot that I miss. But I can remember them. I can have their memory with me. But I have to keep going and making new memories. If every time you see somebody, you go, remember this time 10 years ago? Remember this time 5 years ago? What are you doing today? I'm not saying don't remember the good times. I'm not saying don't keep those close to your heart. But you should always be living. You shouldn't act like your best memories were when you were a kid. Why? Why can't your best memories be right now? What was so much easier back then and things were so much cheaper back then? Yeah. And we can remember all of that good stuff. We can remember all of those wonderful things. But we're doing a disservice to ourselves and those around us if we're not living to make memories today. If we're not seeking to heal and to grow. We cannot stand still. Standing firm and standing still are two different things. Standing firm is standing up for what you believe in. Standing still is not living in the present. If every time I went to New York Comic Con, I was like, man, my favorite New York Comic Con was 2019, and I'm walking around the halls thinking about 2019, guess what? I just paid all that money to go to New York City, and all I did was think about 2019, up and down the halls, up and down the halls. I didn't enjoy a single moment in 2026, and now it's gone. Why didn't I enjoy that? I can enjoy 2019. I can reflect on that. But when I'm boots on the ground in 2026, why am I not living? Right? Why am I not living? When you put your feet on the ground, why are you not living in that moment? You got to live in it. I love memories that I have with my mom when I was a kid. But I want to have new memories with my mom. And if when we went down to Florida, I said, hey, Ma, remember when? But then we didn't do anything else. We just sat in the hotel and remembered when. Then why don't we just stay at home? Moving forward is one of the most difficult things in the world. That's why the devil preys on you. Because he knows that that's a place that's weak. That's a place that's vulnerable. We all don't want to lose things. So he wants you to stay in that loss. Because you waste a day. You know, you go through a breakup, and sometimes all you want to do is lay in bed. And you want to lay in bed, because you feel bad. You feel bad, you feel sick to your stomach, you don't know what happened, you're replaying everything in your head, you're crying, you're not eating, you're frustrated. Then you look back on it and you go, what the hell could I have done with those 2 weeks? What could I have done with that time that would have been better than that? I didn't play with my dog. I didn't go outside with her. I didn't take her for a walk. I didn't call up my friends. I didn't laugh as much. I didn't talk to my parents about what's going on in their life. I just worried about me. And you look back at that time and you say, that was a time that I was struggling, but I better never let myself struggle that way again. Because that was a waste. And once you get past that time period, you look back on it and you go, why the heck would I lose a minute of sleep over a person that doesn't give a about me? Right? In the moment, life is so hard. But when you get past it, when you get beyond it, when you say, yeah, I don't like that this happened to me, and I had no control over it, but I'm still here. We have to move forward. As hard as it is, we have to move forward. I have friends that don't move forward. As much as they move forward, they don't. And I try, but I can't make them. And I can't pretend to understand everything they've been through that I haven't been through. But I know that if you stay stuck in something that happened that hurt you, then you essentially died that day. And you're alive, but you're not alive. And I'm not saying that things are easy to get through. And I'm not saying that you ever get over somebody being murdered or somebody dying. But we have to keep moving. We have to. Or else that person that lost their life, we lost ours too with them. And that's the devil's playground. That's the devil's happiness. I took a life in the street, and these 5 people can't move on. So I took 6 lives. I didn't take 1. Devil shouldn't get 1. Definitely shouldn't have 6. And not saying that things are easy, but if I sit here today in 2026 and then in 2036 I'm sitting here and I'm the same exact person, I haven't grown a lick, I just wasted 10 years of my life. Because somebody said something, because somebody did something, because I didn't like this, because I didn't like that, because I couldn't control that. Because I can't get over that. We have to. We have to. We have to. When you realize that God is not the author of chaos and confusion, that God is not the one that's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down. When you know that that's the devil, when you know that God is not the author of pain and hate and stress and angst and anxiety and depression, then you know that it has to come from the other side. The devil thrives on depression because it keeps you in place. It prevents you from growing, moving, advancing, progressing, getting stronger. The devil loves anxiety because most of the things we worry about never come to fruition, or not to the extent that we thought. The devil loves you sitting there fretting and worrying. Praying does something. Worrying does nothing. Nothing good. So what are you going to do today? How are you going to move forward? And I'm not saying that whatever you're going through is easy. I'm just asking you, what would you rather do? Would you rather move forward, or would you rather just stay in place, locked into where you are? Would you rather just sit in whatever's happened to you and whatever's going on? That's my question to you. What do you want to do with your life? Do you want to be the person that wasted time? Because I'll tell you this right now, I don't know anybody that's sitting on their deathbed going, hey, I'm really happy I wasted time. I don't know anybody that would do that. Nobody. That would sit there and be proud of the time that they gave to worrying, depression, doubt, fear. I don't know anybody that would be happy with that. And in the moment, again, I'm not going to pretend like life is easy. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pretend that life is easy, because it's not. I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do when life gets hard? What are you going to do when life is easy? What are you going to do when life is not easy? What are you going to do when you don't know where to go and you don't know how to handle it? That's my question to you. What are you going to do when you don't know what to do? Because life is going to call on you at some point. And the devil's going to be waiting for you to fall down. And I'm going to be waiting for you to rise up. And so is God. So make your decision today. Make your decision today to either rise or to just sit there. to fall. And I'm not saying you can't sit and think. I'm not saying you can't ponder. I'm not saying you got to make a decision impulsively. I'm saying, what do you want to do with your life today? How do you want to live the rest of your life? Because I'll tell you this, there's certain things about my life that I say to myself, how dare you 15 years later, 20 years later, 10 years later, have the same response? You got to get better. You got to get stronger. You got to be able to handle this. I don't want God to keep giving you this test, and I sure as heck do not want to keep failing it. Hold yourself accountable. Be the best you can be. Give yourself grace. Give other people grace. And as hard as it is to stand up today, stand up today. You might be the only one that somebody else believes in. You might be the only one that they look to in a time of strife. And how you respond to life may affect how they respond to their own. You never know the impact you have. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it loud, and I'm going to say it firmly. You matter. God loves you. You have value that is immeasurable. You are worth more than every material item, every dollar and cent. Your imprint on this world is what you make of it. And God made you on purpose, to have a purpose. So go out, be kind, be good. And when people die, and people break up with you, and jobs don't happen, and you lose things, you lose money, you lose jobs, you lose relationships, you lose houses, you lose this, you lose that. When something's getting suffocating, when it's too much, when you feel like you're drowning. Know two things. Number one, God made you and loves you and is always there for you, especially when you feel like he isn't. And two, moving forward is the only direction that can ever help heal you. Not doing anything or walking backward will keep you in the pain. The only shot you have of healing is forward motion. God bless you all. These have been the ingredients to success, proudly presented by the wonderful team at Avicolli's. The topic today, how to move forward. Head to Avicolli 7 days a week for lunch, dinner, and drinks. As always, drink responsibly and only if you're of age. And you can find Avicolli's on 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York. They are open 7 days a week, as I mentioned. They have their fine dining side, their bar, their pizza side, and with nice weather, they'll have their outdoor patio open for you as well. You can call for catering, delivery, and takeout, 315-622-5100. That's 315-622-5100. You can order online at myavicollis.com. That's myavicollis.com. And, of course, thank you to everyone that has supported Avicolli's over the years on 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York, on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road. We'll take a step aside here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside the Great Lakes Honda City Studios and wrap things up right after this. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Chris Rauda.
And Colleen Rakowski from Gray's Craze of Clay.
It's a fun, innovative, upscale catering solution. We've turned eating into a whole new experience. Each of our boards is packed with delicious mix of artisan cheeses. We use premium cured meats, fresh fruits, nuts, and all of the sweet touches that really bring out the best in every perfect bite.
We offer something as small as a grab and go that feeds one, maybe two people, to our large board that can serve anywhere up to 25, 28 people. So we have the ability to really meet and hopefully exceed all of our customers' expectations when it comes to the different varieties of things that we have.
Charcuterie boards or boxes are healthy, fresh, delicious. They're made to order. We're baking the breads here daily. We're baking the cookies here daily. All of our dips are homemade, made in-house. All of our spreads are all made in-house.
When you open that board or box that we have delivered or you have picked up, we want you to know that it was made with care and designed to completely elevate your event, celebration, or meeting.
We've catered parties and events for up to 300 people. So if you're walking in to grab something for lunch or something for date night or movie night, that's great too. Our events go from you eating in the car on the way home to a catering event in a rehearsal dinner or cocktail hour or party.
When we do, again, know what the event is, specifically for a wedding, we like to schedule tastings so the bride and groom can come in and see what we have to offer, and we can then, as we talk, to try to understand what they're looking for, what the venue's like. We do like to have that one-on-one interaction when it comes to catering bigger events.
Our address is 4599 State Route 31, Suite 5 in Clay, New York. We're on the corner of Route 31 and Henry Clay at Clay Marketplace.
You can order on the phone by calling area code 315-409-4171 or online at gracecraze.com/clay-ny. Come visit us at Gray's Craze of Clay, New York,
where we want you to celebrate everything.
Hey everybody, this is Rockney Roberts from Willow Rock Brewing Company. We are here in Cicero at the Willow Rock Pizza Pub.
And I'm Kevin Williams, also from Willow Rock Brewing Company. Happy to be here and happy to be partnering with CNS and Dan Tortora.
You want some place where you can feel comfortable and hopefully ingratiate yourself with the community. And Kevin, he grew up right down the road from here. I grew up in Brewerton, so not too far away. We know the area, we know the people, they're great, and we were just really excited to be able to come to the area.
Yeah, and having the opportunity to meet some of these coaches, some of the people in general already, and seeing the CNS colors kind of around, and already partnering on a smaller level with individual teams really made this make sense to us to really formalize kind of a partnership with the school and get this rolling.
You know, Willow Rock to me has always been about high quality beverages, high quality experiences, and now high quality food in our pizza pub. You know, that was something new for us when we came to Cicero. Right from the drop, we knew we were going to have a focus on the highest quality food to go with our high quality beer. At the Willow Rock Pizza Pub, you're getting high quality, hand cut, top notch ingredients. We're open for lunch. That's a really important thing for us, is to be able to get that person in here like, hey, you only got 30 minutes for lunch, but we're gonna have something for you that you can get quickly and available to everybody.
Yeah, we wanted something that was just a little bit outside the box, a little bit outside of comfort zone, but still something that you could rely on to be consistent and easy to look at and easy to be like, oh, I can see myself eating this. I can see myself wanting to have that more than once. Eating a whole pizza like our beef on weck pizza, I've never seen one anywhere. It's just a great ideas, great inspiration across the board. We're their spot to stop. We're their friendly neighborhood watering hole, as well as pizza place and place to stop for a restaurant. Not just beer drinkers here. We've got wines, we've got cocktails, we got non-alcoholic stuff for the kids.
The location is more important today than it ever has been before, and we're lucky enough to be here in Cicero. The Willow Rock Pizza Pub is a place where you can bring your family. You can come in, you can grab a soda, you can relax. You can come after a game, before a game, your parents, your grandparents. Our goal is to make sure that everyone's comfortable here. We want students, we want athletes, we want your coaches. It's going to be a good time. So come here, enjoy the high quality food, high quality beverage that we're going to offer to everybody. And hey, go North Stars.
We're so happy to have the North Stars. We are very much a kid-friendly establishment. We have tons of space outside for everybody to be playing outside, as well as listening to live music, enjoying some pizza.
The Willow Rock Pizza Pub is open 6 days a week here in Cicero. That is Tuesday through Sunday. And our website is willowrockbrew.com, and our socials are at Willow Rock Brew. So find us on the net, find us in person. We'll see you soon.
The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family friendly. Some family friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant.
GG Cards and Breaks. Like, comment, subscribe.
GG Cards and Breaks coming to you on 639 Delmar Place in Syracuse, New York is your one-stop sports card and trading card shop. Find your way to GG's by heading over there Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, Sundays from 10 to 5 on 639 Delmar Place in Syracuse, right off of Teal Ave. They have singles, packs, boxes, graded cards, and of course, hockey, soccer, basketball, baseball, football, Disney, Lorcana, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, One Piece. I'll put it to you like this. Any age you are, you get to be a big kid at GG Cards and Breaks. And in the world, as crazy it is, as it feels sometimes today, when you walk into GG Cards and Breaks, you are walking into a safe space, a welcoming space, a place where you can be a big kid, a place where you can look for the teams you love, the players you love, the games you love to play, and you can do it in a community that cares about one another. It all starts with Josh and Anthony. It trickles through the team at GG Cards and Breaks, and it lives in the environment and the culture of the place. There's so much more than a sports card and trading card shop, and that's why I love them so much. So head over there today, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, Sundays from 10 to 5, 639 Delmar Place, Syracuse, New York. Chick-fil-A in DeWitt, what can I say? Giant brick building, corner of Bridge Street and Erie Boulevard, the place to be. Giant parking lot, double drive-through, massive inside dining area. They're available for catering and fundraising as well. Megan Sorber and her team, with the largest Chick-fil-A I've ever seen in my life, is right at the corner of Bridge Street and Erie Boulevard. Be a part of their nostalgia with their spin on their original, their spicy, and their grilled chicken sandwiches, the new strawberry hibiscus beverages, the frosted beverages that they have now. There's so many great things at Chick-fil-A that we already had for years. Now they've added a bunch of new pieces, taking the nostalgia of Chick-fil-A, bringing new to it, and doing what Chick-fil-A is calling nostalgia. Experience it today at Chick-fil-A in DeWitt on the corner of Bridge Street and Erie Boulevard, led by Megan Sorber and her team.
This is Jim Dispenza, owner of Game Point Sports Complex. You hear the same story across any sport that kids play and any sport that adults play. There's never enough places to play. That was definitely true with volleyball, definitely true with basketball. It could be cheerleading, it could be field hockey, which is what we're seeing now. Every sport has a lack of places to play, and I think Syracuse in particular is a place where it's really bad. Despite the fact that we've got a lot of athletic talent around here, we just seem to have not enough places for people to play, and they're going to different places. They're going to Rochester, they're going to, Buffalo. They're going all different places because we don't have a place here, and I felt like that should change. This was a long project from planning all the way through execution to opening the doors. A lot of work went into it, obviously, a lot of money, a lot of resources, and the dream always was kids being in the gym, having a good time. And I've always felt like sports is the most unfiltered joy that you can observe with people, that people can experience, because it is fun, it is a sense of accomplishment, it's all of that wrapped into one thing. And so watching kids going up and down the court with big smiles on their faces has been just amazing experience. I'm looking forward to years to come of that same thing. We've taken the time to invest in multiple sports, and then what we're finding is the mere fact that we have a large, clean, well well-lit space has opened a lot more doors for us beyond basketball, volleyball, pickleball. Now we're having some interest from cheerleading. We've got girls field hockey coming in. And then also there's quite a bit of room for spectators. We've got bleachers, we've got benches, we've got a concession lounge where people can get food and drinks. We're going to have multiple sports going at the same time, using every square inch of this place for what it was conceived for, which is basically people to come in, have a good time in the sport that they prefer. We manage each situation differently. Everybody has different ability to afford different things. Some are bringing 10, 15 people, some are just 2 people. I've had a lot of situations where it's a father shooting around with his son, it's a mother playing pickleball with her daughter or with her son, and in those situations come up and we work with people, and that's allowed us to have groups from 2 people up to 30 people and have some flexible pricing behind it. We're an organization that is here to work with the community any way we can, and I guess part of it is just making sure that we have the flexibility to put together a plan that makes sense regardless of the size of your group. So in order to book time, the best option is to go to our website, gamepointsports-syr.com. You can click from there and sign up for events, sign up for your own particular training, sign up for birthday parties, all of that.
And a big time thanks and welcome to the Wake Up Call family to Skippy's Ice Cream. Skippy's Ice Cream has been around for decade upon decade. I grew up with Skippy's, and you probably did too. And now your kids get to continue to grow up with Skippy's thanks to the Husted family and everything they do with Skippy's Ice Cream. They can come to your event. If you have a block party, a festival, a birthday party, an anniversary, a wedding, whatever's going on, a team banquet, team event, Skippy's is happy to be there for you, and they have a lot of different opportunities to be a part of your event. Be it their ice cream cart that can come over to your event and it's grab and go, and so people can continue to go there and pick what they want throughout the event, and it stays with you overnight and they pick it up the next day. They have a truck that'll come to you with the novelties, so they'll come with the frozen bananas and the different ice cream sandwiches, the character faces like the Ninja Turtles, as well as Tweety Bird and so on and so forth, the bomb pops and so much more. And of course they have their soft serve trucks that have soft serve opportunities with sundaes, as well as shakes and cones. And one of those trucks, instead of having shakes, has the opportunity for you to have funnel cakes. So make sure you find your way over to skipthecake@gmail.com. That is the email to reach out to Skippy's. It's the easiest way to do it. If you got an event coming up, something going on, and you want Skippy's Ice Cream to be there with you, where you get a little bit of everything and high quality, email skipthecake, that's skipthecake@gmail.com. And of course, you can also call them at 315-456-9750. That's 315-456-9750. Welcome to the family, Skippies. I'm happy to be able to have a full circle moment of my family bringing me out to the Skippy's ice cream trucks as a kid, and now getting to tell people how Skippy's ice cream truck can come to your event. Email skipthecake@gmail.com for your event today. With that being said, here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets that thing called life. Thanks for spending some expanded time with us today. Thanks to Jennifer Heppel, the Patriot League Commissioner, for an all-new Commissioner Corner. Thank you to Brian Newberry for another spotlight on the Navy Midshipmen football program, and for the wonderful moment I got to have with my mom, with Coach Newberry. And of course, you can watch that as its own special, airing now on YouTube and Facebook.com, both /WakeUpCallDT, and shared on X @CallDT. So that conversation with Brian Newberry in its entirety is now being featured as its own direct link special, and you can get it on YouTube as well as Facebook.com /WakeUpCallDT, as well as on X @CallDT. Thanks for being with us up and down the East Coast, the Midwest, the West Coast, and all around the globe on YouTube.com and Facebook.com, both /WakeUpCallDT. So happy to be here with you. And of course on wakeupcalldt.podbean.com and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And of course, many thanks to Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts, Player FM, Podbean, Podchaser.com, Podvine, Spotify, TuneIn, and YouTube. All you have to do to find us on these channels is search Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, or one word, Wake Up Call DT. Big time thanks to our wonderful family. You can support them at Great Lakes Honda City, the Wildcat Sports Pub, GG Cards and Breaks, Ma and Pa's, Myers Creek, the Baked Potato Express, coming to your events. You can get them to host. You can get the Baked Potato Express at your event by emailing thebakedpotatoexpress@gmail.com. Big time shout out to Canine Camp Dog Daycare, Pizza Man, Brian's Landing, Game Point Sports Complex, Gray's Craze of Clay, New York, Avicolli's, Skippy's Ice Cream, Chick-fil-A Cicero, the Willow Rock Brewing Company and the Willow Rock Pizza Pub, Canine Campground Dog Boarding, Chick-fil-A in DeWitt, Mother's Cupboard, and of course we are the exclusive multimedia marketing partner of your Binghamton University Bearcats. It is Bearcat time every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Hang out with the Bearcats student athletes, coaches, administration, and alumni right here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets that thing called life. You can find all our content by going to youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and find the Binghamton playlist. The Bearcats are also on wakeupcalldt.com's homepage and underneath the exclusive partners tab. For more information, go to binghamtonbearcats.com and go Bearcats. Here inside the Great Lakes Honda City Studios, one more time to bring it full circle from my conversation with Jennifer Heppel, the word empathy. The ability to understand, share, and vicariously experience the emotions, thoughts, and perspectives of another person. Essentially, to walk in someone else's shoes. Let us all have empathy today, seek to understand, and not just to be understood, and to be kind to each other, and to understand that we're all going through something. We all have a tough time here and there, and it's how we respond to adversity, and how we decide to live our lives. Will we stay put, stuck in time, travel backward, or will we move forward? Like we talked about in the ingredients to success. I hope you choose to move forward. I hope you choose empathy. I hope you choose love. And I hope you treat people the way that you want to be treated. Speak about them and to them the way you want to be spoken to and talked about. And that we today change the world for the better. Have a beautiful day from the Great Lakes Honda City Studios. I say, as always, God bless, no stress. Do your best. We'll talk soon.